first of all, explain to me the tradition here. Basically, you buy yourself something really expensive on Singles' Day in China?
Yeah, that's actually not the tradition, but that's a bit how it's morphed over the last, call it, decade. So originally it was a holiday to really celebrate almost the an inverted Valentine's Day, where Chinese men who should have been getting married were celebrating the fact that they were still single with their friends. That eventually proliferated to women as well. Now in the last, call it, half decade, it's really become a shopping holiday driven by Alibaba, and it's really become China's answer to Cyber Monday.
And you've got retailers from, clothing retailers to car companies like BMW offering discounts. What did you guys do on your own site, Bomoda?
So Bomoda is less a discount provider. So we focus more on trends for fall and last chance opportunities to get great looks from Western retailers. So we focus a little bit more on trends like camouflage and deep blues for fall and winter.
Now, obviously, this is huge for Alibaba. I mean, what's your response to them selling $5.7 billion worth of goods?
Well, I mean, Alibaba is one of the 2 to 5 probably great success stories of the internet right now, and I think in the West we don't really focus on it as much as obviously we do their Western counterparts like Amazon and eBay. But think about Amazon and eBay rolling it into one and then adding a B2B function on top of it. It's pretty tremendous, and I think this holiday just shows the pure might of Alibaba.
Now, talk to us about how the retail landscape in China is different from the United States. I understand in China, it's very much still been consumer-to-consumer sales rather than business-to-consumer sales, but that is changing. Can you explain that?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I lost my earpiece for a second. Can you say that one more time?
I wanted you to talk to us a little bit about the retail landscape in China, because as I understand it, it's very much historically been more of a consumer-to-consumer type selling landscape, whereas now you're seeing more B2B and more business-to-consumer directly. So can you explain how that's changing? Yeah,
absolutely, Emily. It's really the maturity of the internet in China and the maturity of the industry. A business that was founded largely off of consumers buying products and reselling products, or individuals setting up their own storefronts on Taobao, has really become something much larger now, where you see a mature B2C and enterprise function to the industry. So if you think about Alibaba itself, it grew from B2B eventually to C2C through Taobao, and now Tmall is a primary driver. Now, part of that also ties into new payment functionality and the rise of mobile, and just making it much easier for businesses to both deliver products to Chinese consumers, but also for those consumers to buy from those businesses in ways that we may take for granted here in the West, but interestingly now are starting to leapfrog our capabilities as we think about how we buy from brands and businesses online.
What other holidays in China rival Singles' Day?
I mean, virtually nothing from an online perspective. So if you think about holidays like Spring Festival, which is the biggest holiday of the year, which happens...
It's basically their New Year.
It's basically their New Year. That's really a shopping holiday as well to a large extent, but it's much more about traveling. So you have Chinese consumers going to Europe, Chinese consumers traveling to the United States and other Asian countries, but nothing that rivals National Singles' Day in terms of actual spend online. Now, a big part of that is because this is the holiday that's been built in with discounts. So think about 40 to 60% off the things you've been meaning to buy for the last 6 months.